Wow, it's been a long time since I came on here. Hey guys, if you guys are new to my craziness, I'm Jay and I own the Dancing Farm in Sharon Springs, New York. Now that we're on TikTok and other social media, I was encouraged to introduce myself and my farm and my family, who are all of the critters that are on my farm. Obviously, you hear that hen who just laid an egg, but some of you know some of our other animals. I don't know how to turn this around. You know Buddy and her 4 babies from this year. She was sitting on those in the barn, sitting on her eggs, and they're 4. And then you see Sam right there, laying down with me. He's keeping an eye on Buddy because Buddy is a little too crazy with the dogs. Now, these guys actually are not supposed to be in here because this area is the pavilion, which was built after our barn fire, before our new barn was built, which is right there. I needed a place for my dogs to shelter and get out of the weather while the new barn was being built. And so my lovely contractor who built the barn actually first built this pavilion, which is great. And this is where I want to have human visitors come because it's actually fenced off. So you can't, so my animals normally can't come in here, but someone left the gate open, and so these turkeys came in, but it's all right. I just wanted to give you guys a tour because it's been a long time. It's been over 2 years since our barn fire. I'm still not able to talk about that. I'm still grieving, and I still feel that I don't need to share all the negative thoughts and feelings that I have, and I want to keep things positive. But I really appreciate all of the support from everyone after that horrible tragedy, and we're still recovering, still grieving, but we're taking it day by day. So I wanted to do a positive video especially to introduce myself to new people who are just starting to follow us on social media. So if you like what you see on here, I'm supposed to tell you to like the video, subscribe, and then you'll see anything new that's coming up. Anything new that I post, like Buddy picking on poor Sam. Buddy, leave him alone. This is what I have to deal with on a regular basis. Yes, and you get to join me now. Right, Sam? We just get Buddy out of the way. Buddy is very jealous. Yeah, so let me just give you a quick overview of what I do on this farm. First of all, I'm not from a farm family. I bought this farm without any knowledge of farming other than what I learned in books and videos and YouTube. Yeah. So you get to see everything that I'm learning. I've had this farm, it's going on 10 years now, believe it or not. And my whole thing that I wanted for this farm was to do everything using sustainable holistic farming and permaculture design, which I could go into later. But basically what I wanted to do was be as close to natural as possible. So everything I do on this farm is trying to get back to just regular natural farming. So all of the animals that I have on this farm are all part of a healthy ecosystem. So what does that mean? That means that I have animals and plants that work together to make a healthy ecosystem, not just for each other, but also for our environment. And I don't want to sound too Kool-Aid drinking here, but so our animals, like our turkeys that we have, they're heritage breed turkeys, which means they are some of the oldest breeds that were around on farms more than 100 years ago. And the reason that I chose them is because they seem to be the best at doing what comes naturally, like eating plants and bugs, and things that are found naturally in our woods. I have, this is just a 35-acre farm, and about 8 acres of it is where we have our farmstead. And that means that it's fenced in, so our dogs, like Sam, who are our livestock guardian dogs, they actually protect our animals and our farm from predators and intruders. So all of our animals that we have on the farm are supposed to stay on our farmstead. Of course, they still have wings, can fly, so sometimes they do go fly over our fence, and especially our turkeys like to lay eggs and have nests in our old apple orchard that is not fenced in. And so what happens is if they're outside of our perimeter fence, our predators seem to understand that the fence is the border. Anything that is on this side of the fence is protected by our dogs. Anything on the outside of our fence is not protected. So sometimes we do lose some of our birds to predators, which I don't have a problem with. I actually think that the predators that are surrounding our farm are just as important for a healthy ecosystem as my animals. So we kind of have a nice little agreement. I have red-tailed hawks that have nests surrounding our farm all the time. Our hawks and eagles are always looking for food for their families. So I actually love that. I think it's awesome. Our turkeys and all of our animals know to take cover when they see a predator or hear a predator. And our dogs have this great ability to understand when our animals are alerting them that there's a predator nearby. So I wish I could get videos of it happening in action, but it's so hard to hurry up and get out my camera to show that. But what happens is all of my birds give an alarm call when they see a predator, and it makes all of the other animals take note and try to find where that threat is. And my dogs do the same thing. they have gotten great at chasing away eagles, hawks, coyote, fox, and a bunch of other critters that I'll show you as we go for a walk. So let's go for a walk, right, Sam? Sam's gonna join me. Come on, Sam. And I just want to tell you, I actually put on a clean shirt today just for you guys, because normally my shirt is at least a week old. I don't change my clothes that often, but my animals don't seem to mind. So you're welcome. This is a clean shirt. So let's see. I'm not going to show you the inside of our barn yet because I haven't really done anything in there. But as you can tell, it's all built nicely. The outside is. The inside is still a work in progress. But we're getting there slowly. And now I'm going to take you actually to the south part of our farm where we have our beehives. So it's been, this is our third year of having honeybees. We planned on having honeybees that summer, which happened to be the summer right after our barn fire. So the blessing with that is that I was able to focus on something positive through that tragedy, and that has been a huge help for me. So it's August here, and the one thing that's happening now is it's harvest season, and we're getting towards the end of our blackberry season. So there's some of our blackberries that we have going, and the one thing that I love sharing is that we do this thing called Hugelkultur, which is German for hill culture, which is we take all of the fallen wood branches and trunks, and we semi-bury them in the ground and then put soil on top of it. And what that does is the mycelium get into that wood, and as they're breaking down the wood, they're also keeping a lot of the moisture that comes in the form of rainfall, and they're making a perfect environment for growing things like berries. So our blackberry bushes, I can't really show you how much, but they're basically being grown on top of our wood piles. And the good thing with that is there's very little competition with weeds because the weeds can't get sunlight when the seeds first germinate in the wood pile where the blackberries are already established. So the other thing that we have are guinea fowl. I don't know if you can see them back there. I don't think there's a way to make it bigger, no. So as you can tell, it's been a while since I've done one of these videos. But those are our guineas, which are great at eating the bugs that we don't enjoy having, like ticks and fleas. And their babies eat the gnats and mosquitoes that are on the underside of leaves. If you've ever wondered what happens to the mosquitoes during the day, because mosquitoes usually don't come out until nighttime, well, they're always hiding on the underside of broadleaf weeds. And our baby birds, like guineas, turkeys, chickens, that's the first meal that they get after hatching as eggs. So we love seeing our baby birds. So I am right now in our bee yard. These are our beehives that we have. And this is the honey flow season right now. So we're coming very close to getting ready to harvesting our honey. So those top boxes are called honey supers. They'll be coming off, and then we're getting our honeybees ready for the winter season. And if you'd like to know more about what we do, leave a comment or a question in the comment section, or let us know if you'd like to know more about what we do on the farm. So because we are using permaculture design on our farm, we do not use any chemical fertilizers or pesticides. Everything is done naturally. And we are always grateful to our neighbors who don't use chemicals or pesticides as well, especially for our honeybees, which can travel as much as 2 to 3 miles to get their nectar. So we're always happy to have neighbors who don't use anything that could affect our honeybees. So some of the things that we grow on the farm, besides berries, this farm has, I don't know how well you can see that, but this farm had an apple orchard that's over probably 100 years old. The previous owners of the farm never actually went into the area, the wooded area where the apple orchard is, and we didn't know that there was an apple orchard until we started bringing our goats out to start removing the brush. And then we found all these old apple trees which were still alive. And so we've been in the process of clearing the brush and getting those apple trees to be productive again. But unfortunately, because we lost all of our goats in that barn fire, our apple orchard is slowly going back to being a dense woods. So that's something we're going to be working on. But every year we plant something that we're hoping will grow year after year. So we have our own apple trees that we started planting, and they're actually on our farmstead, so we don't have to worry about our deer going after our apple trees. Deer love eating the bark of apple trees. So I'm very glad that our dogs here protect these apple trees anyway from getting from the deer coming in. Although we do have one deer that for some reason she loves to sleep in on the south part of our farm yard, and the dogs are always chasing her out, but she knows that the dogs can't get over the fence, so she jumps over the fence like it's nothing. The other thing that we're growing is elderberry, which I'm not as much of a fan of as I thought I'd be, but they have just taken off. Elderberry, if anyone is interested in getting elderberry, come and contact me, and I just might let you come and get your own. The other thing that we started growing We actually planted, it's been now 4 years, our pecan bushes, which is right here. I did see, this is the first year that we have, where are you? Yeah, that we actually have pecans growing. So this little bush is 4 years old. We got them as seedlings, and they're planted in between our apple trees. And we have blueberries, which I can't show you now because someone needs to weed. We have way too many weeds right now. So we're walking, and the other thing that we're growing are persimmons, which we also just planted about 4 years ago, and they haven't started producing any fruit yet, but we're hoping they will. So here's one of our persimmons trees that we have growing. And I don't know if you can hear that. That is our fledgling red-tailed hawk that is just learning to hunt with his parents. The funny thing is that he makes so much noise, he hasn't quite learned to be in stealth mode, but I think it's cute to hear him. So he flies around all the time, making that baby noise, baby sound. His parents are close by. I don't know if you can see them up there. They're up there. He's actually flying with his parents. And I always loved that when I first bought the farm, hearing wildlife. I think it's awesome. Yeah, so, all right, we're walking. Some of the other things that I love sharing is some of the wild vegetation that we have. And the one thing that I really love, although this is starting to get dried out now, are they're called, oh my gosh, they're weeds, but they are, wow, my brain just froze up what they're called. Anyway, a lot of the weeds produce flowers that attract our, not only help feed our honeybees, but they also help feed our hummingbirds, which we have jewelweed. That's the name of it. I knew it would come to me. So I love jewelweed. Here's some jewelweed right here. And the best part about jewelweed is if you just stand near jewelweed long enough, you will see the hummingbirds come right up. For some reason, they really love jewelweed. And you'll even see something that I just learned about a few years ago. Hummingbird moths, they look and act just like a hummingbird, but it's actually a moth. I really hope I could get better at my camera skills to be able to show you them, but look them up. They're awesome. Yeah. So that's Ralph. So my dogs, I have 5 adult dogs on the farm who are all working dogs. So they're called livestock guardian dogs for a reason. They're a working group of dogs, and they actually are companions to all of our animals. And the reason that I chose this breed for the farm was because they are awesome at not only protecting our animals, but they also are really gentle to our animals, especially our very young animals. Like, we have day-old chicks running around with their moms, and I needed a dog that I didn't have to worry that would be that would go after these babies. And Great Pyrenees are great at that. I will do a separate video, as I did in previous years, about the pros and cons of having a livestock guardian dog. And the reason I do a separate video is because there are people who are interested in getting a Great Pyrenees for either their farm or as a family pet. And I do a lot of work to make sure that it is the right fit. But I will give you a little peek at something that you guys might know we have right here. That's Hailey with her babies, who's growling. Yeah, you can't be in here, Sam. She's growling because Sam just decided to come in here. And even though Sam is Hailey's son, she is very protective of her babies, especially this time. They are only, let's see, they're 13 days old today. So they're still young. Their eyes just opened up. And they are just starting to be more mobile. Yeah, it happened really quickly. Pretty soon they're going to be running around in no time. So come on, Sam, you better get out of here before Hailey gets mad. Come on, Sam. Come on, let's go. Yes. Yeah, okay, let's go. And Hailey decided to come out with us. So one thing that I do every morning and every late afternoon, when my morning chores are done and when my evening chores are done, I take the dogs for their little private time, playtime, and we go to Sheep's Meadow, which is also enclosed in our farmyard. And they know that this is time that is meant just for us, for me and the dogs, because the other animals don't follow us. So that's what we do on a regular basis. They've already gone this morning, but somehow they think that we're doing it again now. That's fine. We can do that. They can join us. So the other thing that we have on our farmstead, the previous owners planted these white pine trees, which are overgrown. But the good thing is that it provides perfect shade and a perfect environment for growing mushrooms. So this is our first year that we started growing mushrooms. We started with oyster mushrooms, and we're now doing shiitake mushrooms in logs. We inoculated the logs in early spring, and they will start fruiting in late fall, and then again in early spring next year. So it's a long-term commitment, but we're hoping it will pay off. So we're walking through our pinedom right now. You can hear our guineas who are in front of us there. Can you see them there? I don't know if you can. I need to figure out how to turn this camera around. I'm sure there's a way. We'll figure that out for the next video. You can tell I'm out of touch with doing some filming. This is a newer phone, so and you know, as we get older, technology seems to be getting more and more complicated. I know you get me. We're all getting old. So we're now in our sheep's meadow, and this is our sheep's meadow right here. So the mowed part is sheep's meadow. On the other side of the fence is our hayfield, and normally we would have that mowed for hay, but because we don't have any ruminants on our farm, I've just had to mow it just so we don't get brush taking over instead of our grasses that we have. So that's one of the things that I've done. And yeah, I'll introduce that's Willow, our oldest dog. Say hi, Willow. Yes, my Willow. And that's Hailey, who's the mom. So these are our only two girls. Hailey is the only intact female. She's the only one that is allowed to have babies. Willow is actually spayed. She was spayed right at the beginning. And she, believe it or not, is going to be 8 years old now. So the one thing that I always complain about Great Pyrenees, which I love the breed, but the biggest complaint most people have with Great Pyrenees and all large breed dogs is that they have a short lifespan compared to smaller dogs. Great Pyrenees have an average lifespan of about 8 to 10 years, which is too short. Too short for me. My old dog, when I bought the farm, which was a mixed breed, Princess was her name. She lived to be 17 years old. And yeah, I love that she lived to be so old. These guys don't live that old, and large breed dogs, as many of you know who own large breed dogs, they have their own issues because of their size, not only the shortened lifespan, but they also have things like hip and joint issues that we're always keeping an eye on and making sure we don't have that problem. Our breeding pair, which is Bear and Hailey, their AKC names are Bertus, which is a valley in the Pyrenees Mountains, and Heilige Abend is her AKC name, and the reason it's German for Christmas Eve, and the reason she has her name is because she was a Christmas baby. So I decided to give her the German Christmas Eve name. So they both, Hailey and Bear, are tested for patella which looks at the joints and ligaments and hip dysplasia. And those things can only be examined with an x-ray, and they have to be over 2 years old to get those tests done. And both are negative, which is great, because the last thing any breeder should ever want to do is breed a dog with potential health risk going into the next generation. So and that's being a responsible breeder. And our AKC page, you can get all of that information, and we even do DNA testing on both Bear and Hailey to make sure that they don't have any genetic issues that could be carried into the next generation. So that's really important. Okay, let's walk back. This is too hot for my dogs right now. They're normally sleeping. So the great thing about, well, it could be a positive or a negative, depending on who you talk to. Great Pyrenees are naturally nocturnal. So their normal active time is at night, so, which is perfect for me on the farm, because as soon as I go in for the evening, my dogs know that they are in control now. So they are protecting the farm all night long. During the day, they actually sleep most of the day. They all have their own little spots that they've made that stays cool even in the hottest part of the day. And unless they hear something from my other animals, like an alarm call, or if they hear that I have visitors coming, they will wake up, and as they're doing right now, they have to join me in whatever I'm doing. I don't normally talk to my cat on my phone, so they're wondering what the heck is he doing right now. So yeah, let's see, what else did I want to tell you? So I have a bunch of videos on YouTube that talk more in depth about my dogs and this breed in particular, and people who are interested in getting a Great Pyrenees. I will tell you that anyone who contacts me, especially if they're interested in one of our puppies, I do a great job of talking people out of getting a Great Pyrenees puppy if they happen to be in a home environment that isn't conducive to having a happy dog. That's really important to me. Great Pyrenees, I can go on and on about all of the positive things about Great Pyrenees, but just like any breed, there are negatives. Like, for one, they bark a lot. All night long, they are barking. For me, it's not a problem. Even with my windows open in the summer, I don't have a problem with them barking. If you have neighbors, especially close neighbors, they'll hate you. If you have your dog out all night long and it is barking all night long. Barking is actually how they tell predators to stay away. And it's really important. And I do see social media posts of people who have a Great Pyrenees, and they're always asking, how do you get your Pyrenees to stop barking? I have to just turn that off, because it's not something you should want to do. Your dog, that is what they were born to do, was to bark and protect their family. So If you are not liking a dog barking all the time, Great Pyrenees might not be the breed for you. Also, they shed a lot. And if you don't like shedding, if you don't like dog hair in your house, Great Pyrenees are probably not for you. Yeah, but I go into much more detail in some of the other videos that we have on YouTube, and then I share them with Facebook as well. And now I'm getting on TikTok for all you young millennials and Gen Z. I don't even know what generations you guys are now, but you young people, yeah. So you young people can make fun of these old people like me. Yeah, so this time of year, the one thing that I always joke about is that because all of our birds are able to freely roam throughout our farmstead, and they are heritage breed, like our heritage breed chickens, they love to make the next generation. So they are always hiding a nest somewhere in that's where, right behind me is what we call Turkey Hill. And that's where many of our turkeys have their nests, and our chickens do the same thing. And all of a sudden they'll show up with a gaggle of babies. And so we always have to be prepared for that. I kept saying when I first bought this farm that we need to do better in egg hunting. It used to be a fun thing to get visitors coming to the farm and do some egg hunting. I think we need to get back to doing that, because we definitely need to get better at looking for eggs on this farm. Although I will say that our dogs do get homemade food that we make on our farm. And I'll try not to get on the soapbox here, but dogs and cats are carnivores. So I love all you vegetarians and vegans out there. It's great if you want to stay away from meat yourself, but dogs and cats need meat. They cannot eat a 100% vegetarian diet. So the thing that I love sharing is that we do bring some of our turkeys, chickens, ducks, and guineas to what we call freezer camp. They go to a processor that we have here who actually is certified in New York State as a humane processor. And that's actually a certification that New York State provides, but I think most states now provide that for processors. And all that means is that they're inspected by New York State reps, and they have to process animals in a way that's the most humane. And so that's where our animals go when they are going to be processed for food. And I follow what Joel Salatin always states on his social media page, is that all of our animals, we want them to have the best life possible and have only one bad day. And that's what we try and do with our animals here. So I'm always sad when we have to get ready for freezer camp and bring our animals that we've so loved as they were growing up. But we try to give our dogs especially are food that we know where it came from. So I need to do a video about the dog food that we make for our dogs, especially in the wintertime. They always get a hot meal when they're getting ready for their evening shift. And in the summer, it's not as much of a thing because it's just harder to make dog food with so much going on the farm. But I am making it because we have our Hailey, who's needs to recover from having her puppies, so she gets some homemade food. This is Hailey right here. She knows I'm talking about her. So she gets chicken, and we use some of the veggies that are in our vegetable garden that we have growing. And yeah, I need to make a separate video about that, which I'll do at some point. But this has turned into a long video, so I'd love to share more. Leave a comment if you'd like me to go further into what we do on the farm. And the other thing I want to say is I always have music on. This is the dancing farm after all. And anytime I'm outside, I will have my music on, and you can hear it from the road. So if you happen to be in the area and just want to say hi, I love that. We don't see very many humans here. So, honk your horn. Let's try and make it so I understand what you're honking for. Let's say honk your horn 3 times to let me know you're saying hi. And if you really want to say hi, park your car and come on in. And I have plenty of work for you to do. Right now it's weeding season. I have more weeds than I can shake a stick at. So, yeah, and I am going to be starting to share more on here. We're getting to a place that I feel like it's okay to be happy, even though I still have issues with grieving my goats. But at some point, I do plan on getting a new goat herd. It's just we're taking it day by day. So I love you guys. I can't thank you enough for being so supportive in this crazy time, and I can't wait till we all can dance again. So I hope to see you all again soon. Love you guys, and we'll see you soon. Bye.